feeling of standing in front of, 80 odd singers and them all just, absolutely full sound is just unlike anything I've ever experienced. So I'm Matthew Quinn, and I am a mentee in the Crouch End Festival Chorus Young Conductor Scheme. I sort of started off, grew up in Belfast, was sort of, my parents were both sort of very musical. There was always a lot of singing and things going around the house, a lot of music playing in every sort of room. It was, that was where I first sort of caught the pug, as it were. I sort of I picked up the violin and piano at school, and always was singing the whole time, sort of joined lots of choirs and stuff around Belfast, and just loved it from about 9 years old. Whenever I first joined a choir, I just always was singing, just all the time. And then I decided, much to some of my family members' disgust and horror, that I was going to pursue music as a career. But no, I decided that that's what I wanted to do, and went to the University of Manchester to study music. And was fortunate enough to be selected in my second year of study there for a Young Conductor Scheme, sort of a training scheme, both orchestrally and chorally. So I spent 2 years working with all the ensembles in university and conducting them, and working with my teachers, Mark Heron and Robert Guy. And then after that decided that, conducting was where my passion was, and spent a year just sort of freelancing, sort of working with various choirs across the north of England. And orchestras. And then I got here. I heard about the Crouch End Festival Chorus Scheme and applied, and was fortunate enough to get it. And that's really a very brief summary of where I am now. I listen to various things, sort of Irish traditional music, just pop music, just what was in the charts. I listened, whenever I was in the car with my dad, he'd make me listen to AC/DC and all that sort of thing. And then I just really, really caught the bug. I think I came to the classical music quite late compared to a lot of people. I sort of, it was mid-teens before I really started to seriously listen. I had been involved in it from I was about 9 years old, but I'd never really seriously got into it and really got into the listening of it until I was sort of about mid-teens. As a teenager, I knew that music was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Whenever I stand up in front of an ensemble and a group, that I really sort of, one of the things I love to do is try and make people fall in love with it as much as I do.
So, 13/8, we're going to walk on it, okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 13/8, 6 beats to the bar, but on the fourth one you take a little 5, 6, okay? So you're staggering home from an island, imagine. 12/8, you're just, so then we'll move to 12/8, you're just strutting. Okay? So we're going to go between 13/8 and 12/8, just so we can really feel that, okay? So, 13/8 first, walking on the strong beats. So we give you 3 beats in, ready? 1, 2, and. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4.
As a conductor, you're there to do a job, and the job is important, and you have a lot of a say in terms of the interpretation of any piece, but it's a collaborative process. Music is a collaborative process, and you're no more or less important than Alice sitting in the first violins, or Johnny on the trumpet, or such and such in the choir. You know what I mean? Everybody's there to make music and do a job in some capacity. Yours is just different from the others, but it's no more or less important. I get a lot of satisfaction out of working with Crouch End. I think it's a really fantastic choir that just give you so much back. I mean, David talks about, I think he talked about this in the last rehearsal we did. As an ensemble, you just get so much energy and enthusiasm and passion. I do skip into rehearsals, I get a lot of satisfaction out of it.